All right, we're going to take a moment to review graphing a quadratic, but really we're going to review identifying components of when looking at a graph. Okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the easiest one that I know, which is the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is always on the y-axis. And the y-intercept is going to be the coordinate on the y-axis. Now, something to remember about y-intercepts is y-intercepts are always going to have a 0 for the x-coordinate and then something for the y-coordinate. Because if we were moving to this point, we would go left or right, nothing. So we would go with nothing in the x direction, but then we'd go 1, 2, 3, down 3 in the y direction. So this y-intercept is 0, negative 3. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to think about the x-intercepts, because that's the other easy thing for me. So this is the x-axis. So the x-intercepts will be the 1 or 2 coordinates where the graph intersects the x-axis. So to get to this point, I'm going to go right 1, and then I go up or down 0. So the thing about x-intercepts is that there will always be a 0 for the y, because you're going up or down nothing. So this one I'm going to go left 3 units, and then up or down 0 units. So that would be my x-intercepts. Okay. Now the crazy thing is that roots are just another word for x-intercepts. So roots are x-intercepts. So these are also roots. That's a root. That's a root. They're also called x-intercepts. So really, it's the same exact answer. So now let's talk a little bit about the axis of symmetry and the vertex. So the axis of symmetry is a line that goes through the vertex that splits the left and right side of the graph. This line is always x equals. It's always halfway in between the 2 roots, so notice this root is 2 units away and this root is also 2 units away. And to write the axis of symmetry, it's going to be wherever it goes through on the line. So this goes through x equals negative 1. The vertex is always on the axis of symmetry, and so the vertex will have an x-coordinate of negative 1, and then we go down 1, 2, 3, 4 units. All right, so now let's look at this in a multiple choice question. So here is our multiple choice question. Which of the following are true? So I'm looking for the ones that are true on the graph below. So let's go through it step by step. It says select all that apply. That means that there will be more than one answer. So to start, it says the root of the graph is located at 2, 0. So a root is just a fancy name for x-intercepts. And so this is my x-intercept, which is at the coordinate. I went right 2 units and up or down nothing. So is the root at 2, 0? Yes. Next it says the y-intercept is at 0, 4. And so the y-intercept is the coordinate on the y-axis. I get that this is a little tough. It's kind of in between the two. But I would say that the answer is either left or right 0, 3, or the answer is 0, 4. I know that that graph is pretty bad, but this is close enough, so this is also a correct answer. It says the x-intercept is at 2, 0. Well, the x-intercept is the root, right? So we actually already checked that one. And it says the axis of symmetry is at x equals 2. So the axis of symmetry is that line that splits the graph in two. And so this is the line x equals 1, 2. And so that is correct. So the answer was actually A, B, C, and D. All of them were correct.